We now discuss the solution of a problem from partial fractions. It is a question that has appeared in Joint Entrance Examination Main held on 20th July 2021 in the afternoon shift. The example is, for k belongs to n, the set of natural numbers, let 1 by alpha into alpha plus 1 into alpha plus 2 etc. into alpha plus 20 is equal to sigma k is equal to 0 to 20 a suffix k by a plus k, where alpha greater than 0, then the value of 100 times a14 plus a15 by a13 in bracket whole square is equal to. Solution. Given alpha greater than 0, and we have 1 by alpha into alpha plus 1 into alpha plus 2 into alpha plus 20 is equal to, it is written as sum of the partial fractions. Sigma k is equal to 0 to 20 capital A suffix k by alpha plus k. That is, we write down independently, that is equal to a naught by alpha plus a1 by alpha plus 1 plus a2 by alpha plus 2 plus so on and so forth. At the 13th position, it will be that is k is equal to 13, a suffix 13 by alpha plus 13 plus etc. a 20 by alpha plus 20. Now take the LCM. Take the LCM and we write. Now taking the LCM on the right hand side, we get this is 1 by, the left hand side is 1 by alpha into alpha plus 1 into alpha plus 2 into alpha plus 20. And if you take the LCM, alpha into alpha plus 1 into alpha plus 2 into alpha plus 20, then a naught multiplied by the product of all the factors except alpha plus a1 into product of all the factors except at alpha plus 1. At a13, when k is equal to 13, a13 into the product of all the factors except alpha plus 13. And at the end, last, when k is equal to 20, a20 into alpha plus 1 into alpha plus 2 into its alpha plus 19, and that alpha plus 20 is absent. So that is this is star in red says that there is the respective term is missing. Right. Now cancel the denominator. So we'll get 1 is equal to a naught into that a1 into the above said product a13 plus etc. into a13 into the product plus etc. a20 into the product. Right. So we will further analyze this in the next slide. We have this. Now in this, a naught into alpha is missing, alpha plus 1 into alpha plus 2 into alpha plus 13 will be present, alpha plus 20. And in a1 multiplied by in this, alpha plus 13 will be present. But in the a13 and in the product, alpha plus 13 is missing. And in the last one, alpha plus 13 is present. That means in all the terms, alpha plus 13 is present except in the a13, that is in the 13th, that is in the when k is equal to 13. Right. Now put alpha is equal to minus 13 in the above. So if alpha is equal to minus 13, alpha plus 13 will be 0. Then 1 is equal to, this is 0, this is 0, and all of them will 0. Only this term will give the value, and this also becomes 0. So that will be equal to 1 is equal to a13 into A13 into alpha minus 13, alpha plus 1 minus 13 plus 1, etc. minus 13 plus 12 star alpha plus 14 minus 13 plus 14 and minus 13 plus 15, etc. minus 13 plus 20. Now we see minus 13 plus 1 is minus 12, and so on and so forth. So that will be equal to A13 into minus 13 minus 12, etc., etc. It decreases and it will be minus 1 star. Minus 13 plus 14 will be 1, minus 13 plus 15 2, minus 13 plus 20 7. So these are 13 in number. 13 in number. Therefore, minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, 13 times you take. It will be A13 into minus 1 to the power of 13 into 13 factorial. 13 into 12 into etc. up to 1 is 13 factorial. It will be 1 into 2 into up to 7, 7 factorial. So, therefore, A13 will be equal to minus 1 by 13 factorial into 7 factorial. Now, this minus 1 to the power of 13 will come if it is 13th term, 13th k is equal to 13, you will get minus 1 to the power of 13. If k is equal to 14, if you take a14 into minus 1 to the power of 14 into 14 factorial into 6 factorial. Similarly, you will get a14 is equal to plus you will get 1 by 14 factorial into 6 factorial. And if you take a15, again minus will come. And minus 1 by 15 factorial into 5 factorial. Thus, we have obtained a13, a14, a15, and we are ready to compute the result. We have a13, a14, a15. Now, a14 plus a15 is equal to a14 1 by 14 factorial into 6 factorial minus 1 by 15 factorial into 5 factorial. LCM. The LCM is 15 factorial into 6 factorial. And this will be 14 factorial 6 factorial. That will be 15 times 15 minus 6. And that will be equal to 9 by 15 factorial into 6 factorial. Now, a14 plus a15 by a13, that is required here. Therefore, a14 plus a15 is 9 by 15 factorial into 6 factorial by a13 is minus 1 by 13 factorial into 7 factorial. And when simplified, this will be equal to this 7 factorial is written as 7 into 6 factorial, 15 factorial is written as 15 into 14 into 13 factorial, 13 factorial cancels, 6 factorial cancels, and you are left with minus 9 into 7 by 14 into 15, simplify, minus 3 by 10. Now finally 100 into whole into a14 plus a15 by a13 whole square is equal to 100 into minus 3 by 10 whole square. That will be equal to 9 by 100. 100 and it cancels and the answer is 9. So thus we get the final answer. Answer is 9. So that is the discussion of the solution of the problem on partial fractions. I hope that you have understood the solution of the problem, and problems of this type will be now and then will be coming. And so practice some more problems on these lines. I wish you all the best. Thank you.